Now to breaking news out of the state capitol tonight. We now know how Republican lawmakers want to redraw North Carolina maps. On the left of your screen is the old district map. On the right, the new map. The change is slight, but the effect could be consequential. Republicans want to change districts 1 and 3. This new map would likely flip a seat to the GOP. WRAL state government reporter Will Doran is here with us to explain how this is going to happen. We want to start with the way lawmakers are tweaking this. Which towns in our area will be affected by this?
So Goldsboro and Wilson are the main areas here in central North Carolina that are going to be affected. They're moving from currently represented by Democratic Representative Don Davis into Greg Murphy's district in the new map. He's the Republican in that more tan-colored district. Some other areas a little bit outside, like Kinston, Greene County as well, also moving over.
Now, North Carolina isn't the only state doing this. Republicans in Texas and Democrats in California have been at the center of a nationwide redistricting battle back and forth. Give us a sense of the bigger picture here, how North Carolina fits into this puzzle.
Exactly. We are talking about just one seat here in North Carolina that could be flipping, but nationally there are dozens. If you look at, Texas, California, Utah, New York, and this all comes back to President Trump, who has asked Republican states to please do this ahead of the 2026 midterms. Usually those midterms don't go well for the party in charge, and right now that's Republicans. So they're looking to try to tweak these maps any way that they can in advance of next year's elections to give themselves a better chance of holding on to control of the U.S. House. If Democrats flip the House, then they could come back in, they could impeach Trump again, they could block some of Trump's big legislative priorities. So they are looking for any way to stop that. And then you have states like California who are looking to fight back. So we are now another piece of this broader national battle.
Now, these maps aren't final. There's still a process that lawmakers have to go through, including a public comment period. Walk us through what's next.
Exactly. On Monday is when this really all kicks off in Raleigh at the state legislature. 10 a.m. they're going to have their committee hearing on this, and we're already hearing that Democrats are planning big protests for that day. So it's going to be just a scene over at the legislature. And then, outside there will be people protesting. Inside there will be people talking about these maps, going over, any proposed changes they may want to make. But in the end, you have to imagine these are more or less already the final maps that we're going to see. They've had lawyers looking at these already and, political experts looking at these, and this is what they want to do. They're probably going to go ahead and do it regardless of what the public has to say.
And isn't it safe to assume that once Republicans do this, it may never change back? Democrats may never get control again in North Carolina?
That's what they say, but when Republicans won and took control of the legislature back in 2011, that was under maps that the Democrats drew.
Right.
So, you can never really predict the future.
Depends on the candidates too, I guess.
Exactly. It does.
All right. Thanks, Will.
Thanks.
Hey, let's go out to Willie Danley. He is live in Wayne County, one of the areas that could be affected by this proposed change. Willie, you've been reaching out to lawmakers on both sides of the aisle. What are they saying?
Well, Gerald, as you can imagine, the response from Republican and Democratic elected officials have been very different in response to these newly proposed maps. Just a short time ago, we heard from Don Davis, the state representative for the first district here in North Carolina. He said in part, as we look at new congressional districts, I am considering every option, drawing on my local roots, experience in the military, and commitment to education. Republican House Representative Majority Leader Brendan Jones took to X, formerly known as Twitter, calling the new maps beautiful. A short time ago, WRAL spoke to a political professor named Michael Bitzer on why this redistricting is taking place in the first place.
This is North Carolina's contribution to what Republicans are trying to do by insurance policies that will hopefully stem the tide against them in a midterm year that looks like it's shaping up to be a more Democratic year than Republican.
So we just arrived here in Goldsboro. In the last 15 minutes, we're going to be speaking to people who live in this area about their thoughts on this new proposed map and how it may impact them. Willie Danley, WRAL News, Wayne County.
We have gone in depth on redistricting several times in our 7 o'clock news. You can find those segments on the WRAL YouTube page.